on the bill.
My name is Douglas Oldmixon. I'm the current administrator of the Texas Real Estate Commission, and I'm here as a resource witness on the bill. This is primarily a cleanup bill, and I know there has been some testimony, obviously, for and against, and I'm here to answer any questions that you have on reconciling those differences if necessary.
Members, are there any questions for Mr. Oldmixon? Mr. Kemple?
Mr. Oldmixon, please get into the difference between the bonds and the E&O insurance and explain to us what the difference is and why we're transitioning away from one to the other.
Absolutely, Vice Chair Kemple. In 2007, mandatory errors and omission insurance was added to Chapter 1102 for real estate inspectors. It was done in the waning hours of the legislative session, and without perhaps a lot of robust debate, and there was a negative reaction immediately afterwards. It has, however, for the most part, settled in across the industry, and most folks realize, most inspectors realize, it's a good thing. In fact, many of them had it even before. Many of them have had it their entire careers. There is still some rankling over or some ill feelings about the way that it was imposed. However, since 2007, over the entire 22-year life of the recovery fund, there is currently a recovery fund in place. The imposition of E&O did not repeal the recovery fund at the same time. However, since 2007, there have been no claims on the recovery fund related to errors and omissions or acts after 2007, after the effective date of mandatory E&O. It is clear that the consumers go to the E&O policy rather than come to the recovery fund, which offers a very small limit, $12,500. Of course, the inspector must pay their own defense costs, and frankly, if there's a claim made on the fund, the inspector has to repay it, or their license is suspended or revoked. So that makes it probably the least good alternative. The Commission asked, at the request of the industry, asked the Attorney General for an opinion. What happens if errors and omissions is not available in the marketplace? And the Attorney General basically said, there's a requirement in the statute. There is no ability for the Commission to waive that requirement. Draw your own conclusions. The conclusion is that if it was not available, we would not be able to maintain licenses. We would, in essence, revoke all inspector licenses. The offering of a bond possibility as a backup is simply a lifeboat on that ship, so that if, in fact, that were to happen, inspectors could obtain a bond. The bond is offered in many other states as a kind of a routine alternative for financial security in many other states for inspectors. I hope that answers all your questions.
Thank you. That did answer my question. And one more. We got the fiscal note back from LBV. Says there's no significant fiscal implication on the state of Texas as anticipated. Is there a possibility of a positive fiscal note or positive fiscal impact?
Well, certainly, to the extent the agency is a self-directed, semi-independent, so we're off GR. And of course, when we look at the impact is and thank you for that, sir. The impact is to GR. So while it will have good impact for the agency in terms of streamlining procedures. We have lots of things that we offer to all of our licensees that we do not currently offer to inspectors that will be offered after this bill, so we're kind of standardized. That will help us. So it will have a positive fiscal impact, making it easier for us to make our required GR contributions and to offset all of the other expenses for services we receive from all other agencies, including the Attorney General, the State Office of Administrative Hearing, the State Auditor, everyone else.
Mr. Oldmixon, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other question for Mr. Oldmixon? Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Is there anyone else wishing to testify on, for, or against House Bill 2911 or its substitute? There being none, public testimony is closed. This time, if there's no objection, the chair withdraws the substitute to House Bill 2911 and recognizes Vice Chair Kimple to close on the bill.
I close.
This time, if there's no objection, House Bill 2911 will be left pending. You've done a pretty good job tag teaming for you while you're gone.